Hello and welcome back. I am Ben the Bold, and this is episode 3 of our Two Sicilies campaign in Victoria 3. Now, our goals today are to finish nationalism, to start the process of unifying Italy, hopefully diplomatically. We'll have to see how things play out, and to continue building up our armed forces. I think today is going to be a naval day. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to go ahead and unpause. We are also in debt, so we're going to need to figure that out. And unfortunately, that might mean I need to slow down on construction, potentially even move back to wooden frame buildings. I hate to move backwards like that, but I am starting to get into a little bit of a debt spiral, and a lot of it's around construction. Unfortunately, I have maxed out taxes, so it is what it is. We will hope that building some steel mills and going into steel frame tools will help us, but let's take a look at really... Alright, so we have $6,000 in unrealized taxes. Alright, after nationalism, which just unlocked, can I then... If I go into railways and build a railway here, that will clear up a lot of our market access issues that is dealing with infrastructure. Additionally, got to build some taxation capacity here. So I'm just going to keep on the current course. All right, and we finished nationalism. We get this event. This is part of the new event series for forming Italy. Let's take a look at it. The winds of nationalism have begun to pass through the long divided states of the Italian peninsula. Sicilian patriots and romantic scholars alike have begun to call for the unification of a single Italian state. Now, I can either say that Italy must be restored from oblivion, or I can say we will throw ourselves to the wind. We will not throw ourselves to the wind for this. This option will make the rural folk like me more. I mean, that's something. We are in opposition. I don't want that. I want to... Italy must be restored from the oblivion. So we're going to click there and see what happens. We have also thrown our hat into unifying Italy under one banner. Hopefully, the banner of Two Sicilies instead of Sardinia Piedmont. Hydraulic cranes, all right, max port level, that's good, especially because I think we are going, are we building some ports? Yes, we are building some ports. They're kind of down here in the construction queue, but it'll get there. I am going to actually bring them up in the construction queue just because I need the little bit of infrastructure that comes along with them. So I'm actually going to put them in front of the steel mills, which is unfortunate. Our private industry is building some food services. That's good. I also want to remind you that I have a tiny little colony down here with nothing in it except for a port. So it looks like someone, the private industrious, the aristocrats, are building a banana plantation down here. All right. Fun stuff, cool stuff. I also might look to put together like an army of Africa. In recognition of an accomplishment. With the recent investment in Calabria, the raw goods industry has resulted in a positive balance. For the logging camps there, interest groups are quick to try to claim credit for the investment. Listen, this is a roleplay campaign, and we are the king, and we are in the landowners, so I do think that there is definitely a case to say that we should get the credit. But I did that for the last time. I'm feeling a little magnanimous today, so industrialists, I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of credit. Now, it was mostly me, and mostly the landowners, but I'll give the industrialists a little bit of credit where credit's due. Also, if you hear any weird humming noise, that's because my cat is currently purring next to the mic, but he seems to be happy, so I'm going to keep letting him do it. When it comes to our technology, we just got railways. I am now going to go towards central archives. That's going to tremendously help my taxation capacity, and I think that's probably going to be the best way we get rid of this unrealized taxes penalty. I might have to build some government administration as well. Oh, would you look at that? Sardinia Piedmont has started expanding in the Italian peninsula. That scares me a little bit. Am I going to have to deal with them? Let's take a look at their army size. 35 plus 13 conscripts. So their army is about the same as ours. We do have more population as well as a higher GDP. But I do think it is officially, it is time to worry about Sardinia Piedmont. I'm going to go ahead and build a couple more artillery. I'm going to build them down in Sicily because I plan on kind of going crazy with the artillery industry in Sicily at some point. We do have a possible action with the encourage Italian nationalism. All right. Our debt is starting to spiral, unfortunately. What shall we do about that? I might... Well, I do have some more authority. I can fix this with a consumption tax on liquor. However, that would be tough. It's going to really hurt the quality of life for my peasants, but I think for now I am going to do that. And I'm going to look towards my buildings. The leader of the armed forces just retired, alright. A resource boom. Raw goods industries in Calabria are reporting a small spike in goods production at our coal mines, which has led to an extra stockpile being available in the state, and there's now potential to reinvest. Yeah, let's do it. Reinvest it. Okay, so we do have this could be really helpful. We do have our fertilizer plants online. Now, nothing's being created because there's no demand. We can spike demand for this. So I'm going to go into my buildings and let's, especially with the wheat farms. Now, that for now is going to really hurt because we don't have, we need 95 buy orders, but I think that'll make all of our farms more efficient as soon as we get the fertilizer plant up and running. Might actually need to go ahead and make a second fertilizer plant. I also am going to go ahead and build first a railroad to give me the infrastructure in Calabria, and I'm actually going to go ahead and put down some motor industries as well. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. I'm not worried. I am worried. I'm worried about my debt. Because what I really want to do right now is to fix the debt spiral and to expand my construction sectors. But I'm hesitant to do that while the debt is still in the situation where it is. And I understand running a deficit is not bad. This is basically me putting money back into my my pop's pockets. But I don't want the debt to be in such a way that I can't come out of debt if I need. And so the protection that I like to put in place for myself is to run a deficit when I'm at like medium taxes or less and without as many consumption taxes. But right now I'm just, I didn't even realize that my government wage is lower. And that's hurting my prestige. Okay. All right, and I'll want to go to medium there. Yeah. I've lost several spaces. Yeah, no, I mean, the debt, as well as not being able to just continue to rapidly expand, does seem to be hurting my long-term viability, but we will be okay. I am going to keep improving relations. I'm going to improve relations with Sardinia Piedmont, although I am starting to think that we might need help. All right. Antonio Fergola, leader of the Catholic Church, has made a remarkable play for power in the capital in order to secure a spot for the Catholic Church within the government. However, it is not entirely clear if they should be rewarded for their novel tactics. Should I recognize him for this, or not all is fair in love and war? I'm going to do that one, actually. Although I do want to take a look at my government. Bringing in the Catholic Church won't hurt my legitimacy too much. That noise in the background is my cat playing with one of his toys. Again, though, he seems to be having a good time, so I'm going to let him keep going. Oh, we have an Austrian Liberation Revolt. Okay, now we'll have to see who ends up winning this, but this could be huge for our brethren who are currently under the Austrian yoke. Oh, and it looks like my private sector, they're building an artillery foundry in Campania. I do want to tell them that, hey, that might be better if you build it in Sicily, but it is what it is. Now it looks like we are out of money in our fertilizer factory, which I'm a little surprised at because, oh, okay, we're getting plenty from livestock ranches as well, so that would be why. So really we need to, let's put an export route to, let's do the Russian market, and that'll be good for now. That gets us a little closer. Our fertilizer plant's going to start building, or start selling. I do think our debt will be in better shape once we get our next technology, which will help us with the unrealized taxes. Yes, I will take a defensive pact with France, absolutely. And then I also think that we will be in good shape. Yep, we don't have enough artillery, that's fine. We're building some. Well, we're not building any, but our private sector is. And then, so once we fix our unrealized taxes, which will happen with the next technology. Well, it'll at least help with the next technology. And then we also have our infrastructure settled in our most important state, Calabria. We really need to make sure that this is connected to the outside world, especially the rest of the Sicilian market. That's extremely important for us. Our GDP is starting, I mean, you can see that line going up. You can see that line going up. It's number 17 worldwide. That's great, but we are just continuing to fall down the... and I do wonder if what is causing that. I think there's a lot of different countries right in here with very similar prestige values. But come on, we are right above Haiti. We can do better than that. All right, so just for a very short time, I'm going to try to bring in some machine engines. Just enough until we can get just enough for this railroad to start working. And we can get this infrastructure sorted. Oh, we can get the Papal States to join our customs union. I'm absolutely going to do that. That is going to be huge, as it is going to open up our market to more people, as well as add to our market some important resources. Let's check out what they have here. All right, wood, because they're of course not building any iron. Oh, interesting. A defensive pact from Sardinia, Piedmont, Russia, and I mean Tuscany. I'm probably going to pass on Tuscany. Well, Tuscany's in my market. So if we look here, I mean that's a nice little Sicilian market right there. All right, I don't necessarily think I want to get a defensive pact with all three of them. However, honestly, I think we may end up seeing ourselves fighting Sardinia. So I'm going to go with Russia for now. You know what? I'm going to do them both. I'm going to do them both. All right. I know I said I didn't want to do all three, but I didn't want to leave Tuscany out in the cold. After all, they are in our market, so I do want to play nice. See, are there any journal entries I should be working on? Ooh, unfortunately, atmospheric engine's about to time out. That's not going to help my money situation. Let's take a look at our cultures. Nation formation, Italy. Can't launch a unification play yet. I do think that so it needs all of us to have researched nationalism, plus we have to, I do feel like more has to be done here. We have to keep encouraging Italian nationalism, which, yes, we can do that. I'm all for that. Got an event pop up. Rising concerns. The intelligentsia have expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the industrialists. This needs to be addressed. Okay, we have Central Archives. That's going to help us out a lot because of that plus 25 taxation capacity. That's incredible. That's very good. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, this needs to be addressed. Let's make the intelligentsia kind of happier and just move on with our lives. We're going to go to the production, and I think it's now time to do Bessemer process. Let's encourage these. No, that's not what I want. I want to go back to technology, there it is, and do water tube boiler. That's what I want. I also want our steel mill is up and running, but there are no buy orders, so nothing's happening. I'm going to change that. Let's go ahead and create a very large buy order for 73 steel to create tools. Now, that's going to skyrocket the price of tools temporarily until we can get the steel mill fully functional. I'm actually going to, I don't just want to sit here not doing any construction, although, all right, yep, I'll take my migration attraction. I don't want to sit here doing just zero construction, so I'm going to go ahead and just get some more coal mines. It's going to help us industrialize. Let's absolutely industrialize. Starting to create steel, which means our tooling workshops are going to start turning more of a profit. And we are actually doing okay financially. We did get rid of some of that unrealized taxes problem. Let's go ahead and see. Alright, so we need to build. Let's go ahead and just do. I'll do 4 government administration, and I'll do 4 on each. Alright, so that has our construction queue going into overdrive once again, and we are still in a positive balance. So I think we are in a situation where we're going to come out of this debt spiral that we've been in, which will be good. I very much want to increase our building, increase our construction sectors, and then absolutely we need to start reducing our taxes relatively soon. Oh, we can get a small little African country in our customs union if we want. I think I'm going to pass on that. I don't really want to owe them a obligation. Still nothing in terms of important alliances. Secret societies, is this the... Yeah, alright. Again, they pose no threat. They're fine. They're fine. I'm not worried about some academics meeting in their ivory towers. Fertilizer plant is looking very healthy. In fact, we could actually potentially build a second one. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I know it's not, I know I said I want to, alright, Tuscany has joined forces and also wants, I'm going to go ahead and encourage Italian nationalism. Oh, and look at this event that we have. The autosave is going to happen, but then it's going to unification with the Papal States. The small Italian state of Papal States has wisely decided to join our efforts to unify the Italian peninsula. Diplomacy has, of course, won the day. Now, we are going to get some infamy, but yeah, we're going to annex the Papal States. So that's perfect. That's wonderful. That's exactly what we wanted to start happening. Papal States annexed. We are now 2 Sicilies. Hey, listen. Naples has been an excellent capital for us, but Naples is not the eternal city. Rome is the eternal city, and honestly, Rome should be our capital. So we're going to go into state actions. We're going to say change capital. We're going to change the capital of our country to Lazio, which is Rome. So, welcome, the 2 Sicilies banner flies over Rome. How exciting is that? Let's take a look at some of this new land that we have. Let's also take a look at that new balance we have. 11,000, yes please. That, do they not have any construction sectors? They don't. Alright, so we're going to have to change that. They do have some logging camps. Alright, okay, not great. We're going to start building out that iron mine. And they have sulfur, so we really do have a lot of sulfur. We are in Rome, though. I am going to just kind of advance a little bit, just to make sure that that positive balance isn't an illusion. It doesn't seem to be, and I'm going to, first and foremost, I'm actually going to lower taxes a little bit, just a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and build a construction sector in the Eternal City. I'll put it kind of near the end of the queue, though. Let's see. Improve relations. Let's go ahead and improve relations with these two tiny Italian miners. And then Customs Union? Nope, still just... that small African country. Alright, doesn't look like we're going to get anyone in our Customs Union for quite a while. But, hopefully, we will very soon have two Sicilies. Or, sorry, Tuscany. No one else wants a trade agreement? That's fine. Now, of course, Naples is still an extremely valuable territory for us, an extremely valuable city, however, it's not Rome. I mean, it's not Rome. I am probably going to... these tooling workshops, alright. I think for now that it's better to stick with wrought iron tools in that tooling workshop. I'm going to go ahead and increase the iron mines in Umbria. We'll go to 5 mines. It's going to be quite a while before we are able to build those, though. I will say we also grabbed the Papal Army and the Papal Navy, which is, I mean, going to be very helpful in terms of our military strength. So much so that I'm actually going to go ahead and we'll make... I think having Naples as one of our main military bases is a good way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more ships. Alright, so that should put us at, I guess it'll be 21 frigates and 10 man-o-wars. I'll take one frigate off to make it 20 frigates, 10 man-o-wars. I like that. I also really like what is happening with our money balance. I'm going to go ahead and move the construction sector up in the queue. Oh, and would you look at that? Unification with Tuscany. The small Italian state of Tuscany has widely decided to join our efforts to unify the Italian people. Diplomacy once again has won the day. Now, I am going to hit this, and that's great. We are going to want our infamy to start ticking down. But we are also getting closer to that major power point. Morocco's improving relations. Parma's improving relations. That is good. Think anyone wants to change to our customs union now? Tripolitania would join a customs union with us. So you know what? I'm actually going to do that because I'm going to look to probably take them over at some point. I don't really know who you are. Dahomey? Is that how you pronounce that? Let's take a look. They have some wood, and it does give us an opportunity to sell our goods in their market. Now, my big problem would be if they ever decided to use that obligation to go to war with someone. You know what? I feel like having as large of a customs union as possible is the way to go here, so... Welcome to the Union. Please give us all of your logging camps and your lovely bananas. And, oh, and your dye plantations. That actually is really good. So with that said, we can look at our marvelous Sicilian market. I'm just going to focus in on the Mediterranean here. Our marvelous Sicilian market, where we are starting to dominate, especially the Italian peninsula, as well as now we have a major foothold, our customs union at least has a major foothold in Africa. I wonder. Now, I need to let our infamy tick down some, but does Tunis... Interesting. Alright, Tunis is no longer a puppet or dominion, or I forget exactly what it is, of the Ottomans, which means it might be a good protectorate for us. We will have to see in the coming episodes, though, because that is all for me today. I usually like to keep these episodes around 30 minutes, and it has been about 30 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. I'm Ben the Bold, you are you, and I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I hope you will watch our next episode.